Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I'm Craig Neeson. This is Craig Neeson Photography. We travel around typically the state of Missouri, a little bit of Kansas, and somewhat of Iowa sometimes. But right now we're in the great state of Texas, meeting up and hanging out with our good friends from Travels of Red Rover, Shawn and Corinne. And we're set up at a place that we were just at for sunrise a few days ago. This is going to be a sunset location, and it's got the possibility of some epic light over Paladuro Canyon, as long as we get a little bit of clearing off to the west. Let's see what happens.
Well, here's a spoiler alert. It wasn't the best light. It had the potential to be a epic, stunning evening. This time lapse is gorgeous, but it hints at something that is happening, and we all suffered for it. Here are some handheld shots that I fired off while we were waiting for sunset. I have a tendency to walk around a location handheld and try to find the composition before I just get the tripod out, because once the tripod is out, I usually lock into one location, even though I could throw the tripod and camera over my shoulder.
Okay, so disappointment in the field. I'm just afraid this is what's going to happen. That's the scene that we're going for back there, right? Nice canyon view. That's the direction the light's going to come from. Does anybody see the problem that I see? We're going to wait it out, or at least I am. I've got my head torch on. Shawn, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it is low probability for good light, but we ain't leaving until we're absolutely sure, because there's a little tiny hole over there.
That hole could do something.
And the clouds are moving pretty fast. So I do not want to walk back up the road and have it all of a sudden go beautiful. Yeah. I'd feel foolish.
I'd rather stay here and get nothing than walk back and get nothing and know that we could have had something, that's for sure.
So it looks like we're about 2 minutes after sunset, Corinne? Yep. So about 2 minutes after sunset. So we'll know in the next 15 minutes or so whether that's going to happen or not.
Wowzers, though. That sunset was kind of cool that way.
Yeah.
I should have shot more frames that way. Shelley, what are you thinking?
I always give it 50-50. You just never know.
That's why I married her. She's an optimist.
I'm an optimist.
The other reason is she's a really good cook. If you couldn't tell. Yep. So, I was going to ask Corinne, but she's going for a photo of... Oh, I see what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over there and let's find out what she's up to. So what are we taking a picture of over here?
I'm being artistic.
Okay.
So there's a tower above us where they do zip line.
Yep.
And I just thought the way the floor is there, and there's a long drawbridge that people walk up to get to the top, looked interesting.
I kind of like the cross-hatching of the pattern with the blue coming through. That's kind of cool. I was hoping the moon was coming through it.
So here's that picture back towards the setting sun that I talked about. It only took one frame. It was handheld. So we're going to show you a little bit about how good the D600 is with its dynamic range with one frame in Lightroom. So this is the raw photograph. Not great. Still not portfolio worthy, even after I do some post-processing. I was able to bring back everything that was underexposed in the foreground. Too bad that foreground wasn't more epic. To go with that epic light, we had some really cool crepuscular rays coming through the clouds that night. We just didn't get them where we wanted them. That would have been cool if the rays would have been falling into the canyon. Not to be, unfortunately. Have you ever had one of those nights? Let's talk about it. Let's get a good discussion going about the pitfalls of landscape photography. I say pitfalls because we go in search of these grand locations with epic scenery and rock formations in our journeys, definitely with my wife. And the only thing that can be missing is that epic light, which unfortunately we didn't get. Here's the blue hour shot that I did get when we were down there. The raw looks really, really flat. I was able to take it in and do some dehazing and a little bit of lowering of the exposure in the sky, brought it back a little bit, gave some interest to that sky, but it's still not a portfolio-worthy shot. It's going to happen from time to time. You don't win them all, and you'll never win if you never try. So the goal is to get out there and try. That's what landscape photography is all about. The act of doing.
Well, it's not going to happen tonight.
Nope. No such luck.
I will show you the disappointment that we had. I actually got some nice handheld shots trying to figure out my composition prior to the light just becoming utterly, well, washed out because the clouds are in front of the sun, literally.
It was a beautiful view, though.
Yeah, it's a great view. We had a good time. Yeah. We got to hang out with Shawn and Corinne from Travels of Red Rover. If you haven't had time yet, go check out their channel. I'll leave a link up above in a card and a link down below. Give them some love. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to us. If you haven't yet done so, hit that subscribe button.
Down below.
Ding the bell for future notifications.
Ding.
And give us a big thumbs up. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.